Yeah, it's been quite a morning. It's been quite a morning. Yeah, I think let's first have a look at this breakdown here of the Chinese market. So what we did was we put together Shanghai Exchange and Shenzhen Exchange, all the companies listed there, just to show you how things moved if they were allowed to move. And you know what you have a very small proportion of these companies. I believe 45 out of the 2,800 more or less. Yeah, less than 3% are higher. You have 50% of those companies down, and the 47%, roughly speaking, are unchanged. And I would imagine most, if not all of those companies, I think 1,350, are because of trading halts. And it's also very hard to imagine that those stocks are halted because there's a merger frenzy going on right now on the Chinese mainland. But, I mean, that seems to be the strategy that's working right now because you stop them from trading, prevent further losses, and I think one of the angles that people have started to talk about is, you know, why are regulators starting to stop some of these companies from trading lower? It's probably because some of these controlling shareholders may actually be using those shares as collateral for loans, and that's obviously one channel that leads itself into what you call the real economy. Now, a few other things that were announced over the past few minutes or so. I think let's just break this down to 5 very, very quickly. So we have the futures exchange basically making it harder right now to short index futures, CSI 500. So if you're looking at the July 9th settlement, for example, you have to put up 30% off that. Now, the central bank, and these things are related, the central bank, the PBOC, said it will be providing ample liquidity, doing whatever it takes to stabilize the market. A few minutes after that, state-backed fund putting out a figure here that was brought up north of 80 billion US dollars. So that feeds into, you know, ample liquidity. Will the PBOC provide that? Now, that being said, early this morning, hundreds of fund managers, if I remember correctly, that's about 700 of them, of these executives, have actually pledged to invest their own money into their own funds, again, in an attempt here to restore confidence. And I think the latest one here, about 10, 15 minutes ago, China ordering state-owned companies, central state-owned companies, not to cut listed shares right now. So basically don't add to the panic selling that's happening. Not that they would, given the certain market conditions at this point, but they're coming out just one after the other, Rish. A lot of these announcements coming through. Let's see what happens. Of course, we're under break. Much needed break, I have to say, for investors on the Chinese mainland, and here in Hong Kong as well. Back to you.